Hey, best friends. I'm Claire.
I'm Yana.
Welcome to
My Best Friend's Book Club.
We are on episode
2.
Oh,
My Husband's Wife.
by
Alice Feeney. I really wanted to say The Housemaid.
I know you did, because Frida McFadden highly recommended this book, which I can understand.
I'm into it.
Based on what's going on here. Can we both agree that when we had to stop, we both were like, fuck, I don't want to stop. This feels like a book that I could just sit down and fucking
absolutely
binge.
I want to be on like a lounge chair on a beach.
Yes.
Getting like all the way through it.
Deep in it.
Absolutely.
Just
so deep, so hard.
And you fly through these chapters. Holy shit. You're just like, I have to read 10 chapters? No, bitch. No. You're like, pam, pam,
but
pam,
to be
pam,
fair,
pam.
one of the chapters was like half a page.
That's fair, but still, it's like you fly through pages. Yes,
absolutely. It's very fast.
So interesting.
It is. And I like don't know what's happening yet.
I know. I have so many questions.
Okay, well, I can't wait to find out.
I don't know. Why don't you give us a short recap of what happened last week?
Yeah. This bitch is just out running.
Running Eden runs a lot.
Yeah, Eden's just like in her new town. She's got a new house, like freaking husband and shit. And she's like, I'm going to fucking run around this town. I'm still getting to know it. Nobody really knows me, but I live in like the house up on the hill called Spyglass.
Spyglass.
And she gets home and that's weird. Her key doesn't work.
Whoa.
I know. Surprise number 1.
What?
I know. But then the door opens.
What?
And everyone's like, who the fuck are you?
And it's in the house, Eden.
Yeah. But then this other woman's like, no, you're not Eden. I'm Eden. And then running Eden is like, hey, my husband will know what to do. So then the husband comes and he's like, I don't know who the fuck you are, but you are not my wife. This other lady's my wife. Shit's crazy. And she's all like, I'm going to go to the cops. The cops are like, you're crazy. And our poor running Eden girl is just kind of fucking stuck.
And you don't really know if she's Eden or not Eden.
No, you don't.
And possible fake Eden, I don't know how to talk about this. She does her art exhibition.
Yeah. But she like fully is in her place.
Yeah. So stressful.
And it's a little stressful. Meanwhile, we've got like, at the same time, we got Birdy happening. Birdy's like in a different,
Birdy's upset.
What's it called?
Timeline. Yeah. Yes. Birdy's 6 months prior.
Thank you. Birdy's got like an end of life diagnosis. She also finds out she inherits this house called Spyglass from a grandma she didn't really know she had. And
who finds out exactly the day she's going to die by invitation.
Yes, invitation only. But yeah, I mean, pretty much the gist is bitch went out running and came home to a completely different life.
The lesson is, don't go running.
Yeah.
Just never work out. Eat Cheetos and hot sauce like I just did.
The world wouldn't have changed.
That's right. Eat your food, have your drinks, and don't go exercise.
Amen.
And then you won't end up in this situation.
Yeah. This is what happens when you move.
So don't. Side note, there's this book called The Spite House. It's like a horror book, but the whole house plays a role in the story. It's like a main character. And I feel like Spyglass might be that as well. We're not there yet, but I feel like we're building.
There was something that happened in these next few pages that made me kind of feel that way.
Okay, well, I can't wait to hear all about it and to scare shit. Okay, Dude, that meme changed our life.
Know, that really did. And so many things have, though.
I also can't wait for Mary Crease now.
I also can't wait to watch that dinosaur documentary.
Oh, it's so good.
I know.
It's so beautiful.
I know, you really hyperfixated
on that.
No, they
really did a beautiful execution. Okay, listen. Summary of this week. We're diving into chapters 10 through 20. We're stopping at 20, okay?
It's confusing.
Which confused me. I had to text Yana about it.
For once, Yana knew the answer. Don't let it happen again.
So Eden, she's finally ready to take some action. And she does what we were hoping she was going to do this entire time. And she finally gets a rock and she breaks into Spyglass, the house that she claims is her house. I'm just saying claims. I don't know if it's her house. I still think it is, but I'm starting to have like feelings and doubts. I'm just going to put it out there. So, running Eden, she's in the house now. Every single photo has been scrubbed and even photoshopped, it seems, to show this new Eden. She even finds a birthday card from Harrison, her husband, and it says, "I love you to death." Would you like?
Foreshadow, maybe?
Okay, Alice. Thank you for your foreshadowing. Yeah. Alice is the author if you're confused. So,
where were you about 5 minutes ago when I said that?
So now running Eden is in her room and she's like, remember she was running and she was sweating and all those things. So she quickly changes clothes and she puts on a cashmere sweater with stars. And I'm only saying this because it comes up like a million times, the cashmere sweater with stars. We don't know the significance, but I feel like it's going to be important somehow, right?
At the moment, it's just her sweater.
Right. She just does it over and over. The cashmere sweater with stars, blah, 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 blah. So I'm telling you now, that's what she's wearing.
So either it's important or this is like when Claire says she's a designer and she just needs to talk about it.
Fair. So she's like looking for her passport. She's looking for her phone, but she only finds some cash. And thankfully, she also finds her keys to her Range Rover, which is parked outside.
Range Rover.
Yes, this is very important. This is very electric.
Very
much.
Electricity.
Very needs a charge.
Very Mr. No Gas.
It's actually very stressful. Like when I've rented electric cars, even when it's at like 70%, I'm like, oh my God. But it's actually not a big deal. Yeah. But like it feels like a big deal.
Well, also, unless you have like a Tesla, it's harder to find a charger.
Like in comparison to what? Like my phone is at 70% and I'm like, I'm scared. You know?
It's kind of a different thing though.
Okay, you're right. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Tesla. Fuck Tesla.
Exactly.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. Sorry, I know one of you listeners probably has a Tesla. We're judging.
Anyway, so then she hears a creak on the floorboard behind her. It's not Space Santa.
She hears a Merry Christmas.
Chestnuts are not roasting in the fire.
Mommy was not kissing Santa Claus.
So funny. That's where your brain went.
Yeah. Hola, Mexico.
And then, boom.
Oh,
she's flying down the stairs.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my incredible goodness. She wakes up at the bottom of the stairs and her head hurts.
Duh.
And then sexy Sergeant Carter, he's standing over her.
Why does he have to have like a Backstreet Boy name?
Well, just wait, because it grows.
I bet it does. So hard.
You'll see what that means in a minute. Ish, listener. He's like, you're a liar. You just like fell down the stairs to be drama. And she's like, no, my head hurts. And he finally believes her and is like, okay, I'm going to call the ambulance. But right now it seems as though you've pushed yourself down the stairs and you're breaking and entering. And Eden is just like, this man is not going to believe me. So she bolts past him and she jumps into her Range Rover and she just takes off. So then we jump over to Birdy. Birdy is 6 months prior to Eden. And things are getting really spooky with Birdy. She finds out her grandmother was
Grandmama.
She was a local legend known as the woman who died twice. And I'm only going to share a little bit of this story. It feels like it's going to be important.
I also like read the book.
Right?
Oh.
I mean, right and right, right?
Right and right, for sure.
For sure.
Right.
Read the book, but also like, right? It's going to be important.
Yeah, right.
So according to, thank you, local sexy Sergeant Carter, he's the one telling the story. He says back in 1944, when Birdy's grandma was 18, she supposedly drops dead of a broken heart after she hears her fiance has died in war.
Wah, wah. Just kidding.
But her family is loaded with cash.
Yay.
So they bury her.
Bye.
In a silk-lined coffin with a massive ruby ring, and she's got like all kinds of jewels. So that night, the grave robbers, they dig up Birdy's grandma's grave, and they're trying to get that big-ass ruby ring off her finger, and they put a knife to it to try to like start sawing it off. And then all of a sudden, she wakes up and she screams.
Can you imagine?
No, that'd be fucking terrifying. Like,
but also well deserved if you're trying to rob an old or like dead person.
Talk about fucking spooky times.
Spooky times.
Right? So the robbers are also like, whoa, what? And they jump off the seaside because they're like, this is very scary.
We were not prepared.
We made very lot of mistakes.
There are many bad decisions.
And I would just like go with them if I was them. But basically, young grandma, she, has awoken. And she goes back to her house and she goes into her room. She's covered in mud and blood and she goes to bed.
Hold on. So just so we're clear, she was buried.
She was buried.
So like technically, even if she hadn't been dead when she was buried, by this point she would have run out of oxygen.
Right.
Bye.
Exactly.
But then, hola.
Mexico. That's why she has the woman who has died twice or whatever the fuck it says.
I mean, like, she should.
Can you imagine though, like,
died.
You're all like, oh my God, my daughter, she died. How incredibly sad. And that is sad. And then you're just like, I'm going to just like cherish her body with like satin lining in her coffin and all the family jewels and la 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 la. And then you put her to rest and then you wake up the next morning and she's in her room like, what's up?
Have you heard of Jesus?
And she's like muddy and bloody with her finger missing. Jesus didn't do that.
He came back though. Bitches always come back. Respectfully. Amen.
So obviously, spoiler, the parents find her and they're like, whoa.
Which we would all do.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Honestly, I'd probably have a heart attack.
I would be like, I think my daughter is cursed,
I think I would check myself into mental
before you wreck yourself, for sure.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, listen, Birdy's grandma, we don't actually get to know her name, I don't think.
No, her name's Birdy.
The
Olivia.
grandma?
Yeah, they're both Olivia Bird.
I'm sorry. Yana's so smart.
I think. Now I'm doubting myself because you're much smarter than me.
But she lives until she's 80 years old. And she kind of takes on the...
I wish there were some people that only lived until they're 80 years old.
She takes on the hermit life, but she's missing her finger.
Bye.
But she always has her jewels.
That
big ass fucking ruby. So when she dies, her pre-engrave, that's right, because she knew when she was going to die, right? It has 2 death dates now. So she has her 1944 death where she allegedly drops dead from the husband, and then her actual death day, 2025. Iconic, I would say. So now we're back in present day with Birdy. She hears the story from sexy Sergeant Carter, right, about her grandma.
Sexy got it.
And she decides that now it's time to have some fun with Carter. She's like, hey, it's been a while, It's been a while, if you get what I mean.
No, I don't get what
you mean. Do you get what I mean?
I don't. No. What is it going to be?
Bear, chicka, berry.
I don't understand. Tell me more.
P and V. So,
Procter Gamble?
That's exactly what happens. They do the thing.
They do it hard.
They do it hard.
But it sounds like it's much more enjoyable maybe for Carter.
Yeah. And afterwards, Birdy's kind of like, okay, I've got to go.
Respect.
I'm not staying here. I'm just visiting. I was just looking at the Spyglass house, but like really I've got to get back to my life in London or
so you can leave
wherever she is in the UK. And she's got to figure out like her death day postcard thing that she got. So she's kind of like, sorry, bye.
Honestly, icon.
Remember, the reason she's doing this is because she has a terminal diagnosis.
That was a good part to laugh, Claire.
Thank you. I thought it was funny. I caught on after the fact. So then she starts investigating this like death day company. I feel like I keep saying it wrong. It's Thanatos.
I kept in my head. Oh no. In my head, I kept pronouncing it as Theranos, even though I know that's not what it is. But that company with Elizabeth Holmes.
Yeah, it's not rolling off my tongue properly.
I'll roll off your tongue.
Thank you. Wow. Listen, I'm probably saying it wrong, but basically this company, we find out it's a big pharma meets like sci-fi, and they claim that they can predict the exact day that you're going to die using your DNA and your digital footprint. So Birdy goes there to the clinic, and it's
the Natos.
That's what I said, right?
The Natos?
I think that's what I said.
Because
I'm so smart.
Oh.
I keep thinking of Thanos from Marvel. Yeah. Birdy goes to visit this clinic, and it's like a luxury spa, and all the staff are like airbrushed models. They're like overly smiley, where you're kind of like, whoa. And they give her quote unquote death day letter, which is like
spooky,
really weird. Can you imagine someone being like, Yana, here you go.
Happy death day.
Rip it up, bitch. So that's where we end with Birdy. Then we go back to Eden, and she's in total like spiral mode. Remember, she just got the Range Rover, and she's fucking bolting out of the house, escaping Carter. And the Range Rover is running low on battery. Remember, it's electric, as Yana so wonderfully pointed out.
You're welcome.
And she's desperate to find someone who is like, yeah, she is Eden. She's the real fucking Eden. So she's like, the person who will know this, if it's not my husband, it's my daughter, Gabriella.
Mm-hmm.
So she's driving to this.
Who she already has like a hard relationship with.
Yes, as we learned in the previous set of pages. She's driving to a high-end mental facility. Basically, her and Harrison decided that this is where Gabriella would live because Eden had been taking care of her, and it's just like a lot to take care of someone with so many needs, and so they agreed that she would live in this facility. So, also find out that about 10 years ago, we found out about Gabriella.
Mm-hmm.
Eden and Harrison were upstairs doing the things.
The nasties.
Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, younger little Gabriella, she was outside riding her bike, as her mom told her.
Mm-hmm. Mom was trying to get hot and heavy.
That's right. She was like, you're fine outside. And then after that, Harrison leaves. He goes back to work. And then Eden's kind of like, hey, where is Gabriella? And she looks outside and she can't find her. So like the hunt begins for the child. But we find out that Gabriella was hit by a police car and she hasn't spoken a word in a decade. So back in present day, when Eden sees Gabriella, she's like, oh my God, she's going to know I'm her mom. And remember, Gabriella, who hasn't said fucking dick for never.
Respectfully.
For never, okay? She says, she is not my mother. Dun, dun, dun,
with an evil smirk.
That's right. I have a quote. My daughter hasn't spoken or laughed or cried or frowned for a decade. But when the other woman in the room isn't looking, Gabriella turns her face toward me and slowly smiles. It's the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Yikes. Spooky, spooky.
So Eden runs out and she starts driving back to Hope Falls. She's like fucking shocked by this experience. And Eden's not too far, but the car dies.
Bye.
Bam, 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 bam. She doesn't have enough juice to make it back to Hope Falls. So she kind of just like falls asleep in the car. It's really cold. She talks a lot about being cold as shit. And then she's woken up by a buzzing sound.
Where's it coming from, Claire?
It's coming from the glove box in her car. It's a burner phone. I know, incredible.
Oh.
So she opens it up and it's a text that says, Eden, everything is going to be okay. Go to our special place at sunrise. I'll be there. Love you to the moon and back.
Who would talk to her like that typically? Who would say love you to the moon and back?
Harrison is the only person who says love you to the moon and back. And he even gave her a keychain with this like inscribed. So she's like, this must simply be a message from my husband, Harrison. But she's like, oh my God, sunrise is upon us. And I'm still stranded in my car with its dead battery. So what does Eden do? She runs because that's what our girl does best.
She's like, I'm going to run until all this shit's back to normal.
She runs the shit out of herself back to the cliffside, which is the special place. And she makes it there and she's looking frantically for Harrison. He's not there. And she's just like getting very disappointed. And she's about to leave, but then she hears someone behind her.
What happens next?
I got a quote for you. Soon after that, I am falling through a waterfall. My body twists and turns and spins until it smashes onto the rocks at the bottom of the cliff. The pain is intense, but lasts less than a second. If anyone says she didn't feel a thing, they're wrong. I felt everything I have ever felt when I was dying. The last thought I have before I die surprises me. True love kills.
So beautiful.
That's how the chapter ends. And then it goes into Harrison, and we had to stop. And I was like, what the fuck does this bitch have to say?
But don't worry, starting tomorrow, we can read it.
I know, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear what Harrison has to say.
Do you want me to leave right now so you can start?
No, because we have to have discussion.
Oh, I'd love to
then
leave.
I get...
Oh.
You're supposed to pretend like we're best friends. It's the book club.
I can't fake it any longer, Claire. Me and my enemy over here, Claire. Listen,
it left on a real cliffhanger.
I was like, start to wonder though, like, is the daughter trying to get back at her for the accident?
For sure. Listen, I have a lot of thoughts.
What are they? Because you're usually right.
Here's what, though. Remember how we said, you probably don't. In the last episode, we were going to make real predictions. And if you don't make a real prediction, you got to take a shot.
Oh.
Vodka. That's okay. I don't think we're there yet because we don't have enough information.
I don't feel like I'm ready to make a prediction.
Yeah, it's not fair. Okay. Right? So I think we have to wait till we're at least like halfway through the book. So for right now, we're just going to fuck around and find out. Okay? But there will be a time. So hold on to your butt.
My butt is here to stay.
Your chonies.
I'd love to let go, but it's here.
It's hanging. Your butt.
Chonies are
chonian.
They're slim comparison.
If you don't know what a chony is, it's your underwear. Okay, Yana.
Yes, Claire.
Is running Eden. Do you think she's really dead?
No.
What are you basing it on?
We're only like 20 chapters into
She
the
could
book.
really be dead, though.
She could. You know what? I take it back. She's dead. Bye.
Don't just change your answer to end it.
Well, she says she's dying.
May I give you a quote?
Yes, you may.
Okay, I thought this was suspicious.
Okay.
So, hang on to your butts and your chones.
My butt is here to stay. I've been trying to get rid of it for a while, but it's here to stay.
There's a part when we're talking about the woman who died twice.
Mm-hmm.
Birdy's grandma.
Yes. So this might be number one.
Yeah, hang on to that piece of information,
hanging
okay?
on to my butt.
So when sexy Sergeant Carter is talking to Birdy, she's like, did she commit suicide? And Carter's like, no. We thought that, but she died peacefully in her sleep in her library, wearing her reading glasses and with a book in her lap.
Mm-hmm.
And Birdy says, which book? And sexy Sergeant Carter says, Frankenstein. I remember because her story choice surprised me. I'm sorry, I don't know how your grandmother knew it was her time, but she did, and she was right. Frankenstein?
Doctor?
Frankenstein? Frankenstein is risen from the dead.
So is Jesus.
So was Birdy's grandma.
I'd like to go back to the Bible.
So...
the Word of God.
Listen, you're a dick, but Eden, I don't think she's dead.
Jesus.
I don't think she's dead, in a sense.
I can see that. I'll
right?
support
What
support
are all these fucking nuggets about, like, the woman who died twice and she was reading Frankenstein and now we're at the beginning of this fucking book and Eden quote-unquote dies.
Okay, you know that movie?
I don't buy it.
The Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I love that movie.
What's
so
that
well
called?
executed.
It's called, it's not like parallel universes.
It kind of is like parallel universe.
Yeah, but what's the actual like phenomenon? Is it parallel universe is like the same thing you're doing right now, you're doing another time?
But like a different version of yourself. So like Yana right now could be like a lesbian with like 4 kids.
How do I get back there?
And she's like Jeff Bezos.
Ew. I don't want to do that.
She's like Kamala Harris.
Yes. Yes. We did it, Joe.
But Yana here today, she's also a bad bitch. She's just...
What do you think? Fell from the coconut tree?
This is what I think when I read my fairy spot. I'm like, am I this version of myself? Like, I'm Claire in this fucking shit ass world with no magic. Like, that fucking sucks.
Well, I'm just wondering, do you think for sure that these are two separate timelines?
Or are they the same person?
Are they the same person everywhere, ever? Like, that's what was happening in my head is that movie.
Same. Are Birdy and Eden the same person?
Mm-hmm.
But then who the fuck is fake Eden in the house? Who the fuck is that? That's where I can't.
Maybe that's grandma.
That's what I can't figure out. Is like, my first thought was that Birdy was pretending to be fake Eden in the house. And then she was like posing as her, but I couldn't figure out why.
Who do you think planted the burner phone in the car?
Whoever is taking over her identity.
But do you think it was
I think she's totally
husband?
No, I think the husband is having to play along with whatever the fuck is going on.
He's kind of being held hostage by this other person?
But I also don't think that text message came from him. I think this person knows the way that he speaks to her.
I agree. I don't think it came from him.
Yeah, but I do.
But I feel like the daughter is kind of involved.
Oh, for sure, she had this
that whole
sneaky smile.
Yeah, the smile was super creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I did kind of expect that when Eden was going to get there, the daughter was going to be like, that's not my mom. But I didn't think it was going to have the like sinister smile thing. I thought it was just going to be like, this isn't my mom. And then Eden continuing to freak out of like, who am I?
Absolutely.
The bitch knows.
Listen, Eden has this quote. I got some quotes.
Also good for her, though, to heal her brain enough to say those words.
I know. But something suspicious happened to her in that accident because she never spoke sense. She
had a traumatic brain injury.
It feels like that and something more.
Totally. I mean, they had diagnosed her with like PTSD, right? And that's why she wasn't speaking.
I got a quote. Eden says, Gabriella was a happy child before the accident. She was never kind. It's a terrible thing to think, but I always thought there was something wrong with her. She also says that Harrison's love for Gabriella surpassed the love he had for her.
Which I think is normal.
How is that normal?
I think people would love their kids more than their spouses.
Oh, maybe I'm weird.
I mean, I think
that like y'all made the thing together.
I know, but I think that a lot of people would like save their child over their husband or wife.
Oh, wow. Maybe I don't know.
Hey, if you're a parent and you're listening to this, tell us. Would you save your child or your spouse?
Email us at mybffbookclub@gmail.com. But it sounds like Gabriella kind of always had like evil in her soul.
She did. It sounds like her and Eden were never that perfect together.
Why would she play along though with this?
Maybe she's trying to get back at her for the fact that she got in this accident because her mom wanted to bone instead.
I'm also like...
Respectfully. We have needs.
What if Eden isn't Eden?
Maybe
we're just like on her side for no reason.
I'm still feeling more like she is Eden.
I agree.
I don't trust Birdy yet. We still don't really know what her job is.
That's true.
But like she does something spooky.
It seems like Birdy hijacked Eden's life.
But also Birdy seems to Birdy doesn't give a shit too because she's like bound to die any day now.
The other thing I thought was if Birdy's grandma, she died of sadness from her fiance in war death, then she comes back to life on the seaside after being buried.
On the seaside.
This is important because Eden gets
on the seaside.
Pushed off the seaside, the same spot. So then I was like...
Spit it out.
It's just like, it's so much to try to process. Is Eden going to be given a second life like the way the grandma was given a second life? And is there, don't make fun of me, is there like magical properties to Hope Falls with the Spyglass house?
I mean, it seems so. One of the things that creeped me out the most is that when Eden got to the home that Gabrielle lived in, like the artwork that decorated her room was painted pictures of Spyglass, even though Gabrielle had never gone there. That's creepy.
No, Gabrielle was in that house. No, the accident, right?
No, that was at their other house. Because Eden said, Eden says that stood out to her because Gabrielle had never actually gone to Spyglass. And before they had moved her into this home, Gabrielle's artwork was all very like childish and, you know, animals and nature kind of thing, whatever. And all of a sudden her room is covered in paintings of a house she's never been in. I don't like that.
Yeah, this is so like the house and the town is a character in this book. What the fuck is up with sexy Sergeant Carter? You know what? He's probably just sexy and doesn't know anything, but
they never do. I think that the house is definitely involved. I think Gabrielle's a little bitch.
Part of it somehow.
She's part of it. But I don't know how.
Like, why would people be doing this to Eden? That's what I can't wrap my brain around. Like, what did she do? I just think we're not far enough in. But I can see this whole, like, multiple... Parallel universe?
Yes.
Okay. Whoa. This is so twisty and turny. I really like it. I can see why Frida McFadden liked this.
I feel like... So the chapters are pretty short. So when we say we're 20 chapters in, it's really not that much. But I feel like for how far in we are, I don't know what the fuck is happening yet. Like, I do not know how to predict anything yet. And I feel like when we were reading other books, like, what was that one with the boat?
Sunburned.
Thank you.
By Catherine Wood. It's a good read. You should read it.
Could not remember that to save my life. But
I like Catherine Wood.
I feel like predictions started early.
Yeah.
But this, I don't fucking know what's happening.
It's so fucked up. But it's kind of like The Housemaid, where you're like...
I think we even with The Housemaid, we got a little earlier twist.
Yeah, we got some better predictions.
This, I feel like
I don't know
Alice
what to
is
do
like
with these pieces.
weaving a web that, like, I don't fucking know yet.
Yeah, I'm like latching onto pieces.
Yes.
Like Frankenstein book and Gabriella giving her the smirk. And
I'm very excited to read more tomorrow.
Okay, can we talk about one real topic real quick here?
Yeah.
So Eden not watching Gabriella when she's on her little tricycle outside. Yep. She says that it was an accident, but I have always blamed myself for what happened to Gabriella that day. It was my job to keep her safe, and I didn't. I feel like I kind of had a hard time with this part.
This could happen to anyone.
Right. It's like, well, and I think about some of the things that I don't have human children, but I have dog children. And I'm like, I probably should have watched them better or this or that, whatever. And thankfully, nothing as extreme has ever happened where one of them get very terribly hurt. But I also kind of feel like Eden, and I don't know. We are like 100 pages in. I don't know if I feel like she feels really that sorry.
I think she feels more sorry that it's hurt her marriage.
Yeah, like she feels more
than
like
her daughters
wanting to connect with Harrison.
Well, it's changed their whole life.
I know, but it made me just kind of wrestle with myself where I was like, I don't know, like even when my dogs are out front and they're not leashed up, I'm like, oh my God, like there could be a car and a squirrel and they could just fucking bolt across the street and they die and it's my fault, you know? But she like let her child ride the bike outside and then went upstairs.
Like they're in a pretty secluded area.
But like animals and stuff. And then they went upstairs and had sexy time.
But also, I mean, Harrison knew that the kid wasn't there.
Right. So it's both of them.
Yeah.
Am I being too harsh is what you're saying? I was kind of like Eden.
I think that if Gabrielle had fallen and scraped her knee, this would not be a big deal.
Yeah, but she like disappeared and then she got seriously hurt.
So that's the only reason now that she blames herself. Otherwise, scraped knee or whatever.
Shit goes down now.
Totally. But it's only a big deal because it became a big deal.
But that's how shit goes.
Yes. But I think she's blaming herself the way anyone would blame themselves. But Harrison also knew he was going to go bone his wife while his kid was out of the house. And then he just left for work. It wasn't like they finished and he was like, where's Gabrielle?
Where's my sandwich?
Yeah.
No, yeah. I was probably maybe being a little judgy in my
Eden,
brain.
It sounds like Eden had a very hard time bonding with the baby in the beginning and then just in general afterwards was kind of
well, then she had to be her caretaker until they agreed to have her be at a facility, which I also understand.
But it sounds like she regained a lot of like her physical abilities.
Gabriella?
Yeah. And it was mostly the language piece.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was the language specifically. Like she wasn't speaking.
I thought she chose to be silenced because of like PTSD or something.
Well, it sounds like the doctor said that it was PTSD related and not that like her brain wasn't physically capable of speaking.
Injury. Yeah. She just doesn't want to.
Yeah.
But she's definitely playing some kind of role here. The time gap is fucking with my brain. Like, Eden being the day before Halloween, and then I'm stuck on it. And then Birdy being 6 months prior, like...
The timeline's also, like, so close together. This isn't, like, 20 years ago this was happening. It was, like, 6 months ago.
I'm also just like...
that's weird.
Birdy has, like, a terminal illness, and...
Maybe she doesn't, though.
Well, that's what I was thinking is, like, maybe it's one of those diagnoses where they think that you have very little time, but then she finds out her death day is actually, like, many, many years from now.
That's
and
what I
she's
think is
like...
happening, because we don't really find out yet what the death date is when she goes to that place.
That place is fucking weird also.
Absolutely.
That interaction was weird.
I feel like the doctors have kind of made her believe any day now kind of thing.
Right.
And then I think she goes to this place, and I think we haven't found out the date yet because it's probably like
in
6 years from now, or 10 years from now.
Whoa, you all are wrong, and her hope in life is restored.
It's going to change the entire way she lives her life. Like, if you find out you have 10 years instead of 6 months,
right,
that changes everything.
And you inherited this beautiful fucking home in Hope Falls, the Spyglass house.
You're reconnecting with like your whole history that you didn't know existed because you weren't close to your grandmother before.
And
your grandmother's like super spooky.
You're going to live for a while.
And you just boned Carter.
Whoa. What would you do if you found out there was like a lore in your family where your grandma allegedly died twice? Would you believe it? Or would you be like, haha, mom?
I'd believe it, but that's just because it's me. Because I've seen enough to be like, this shit's real.
Yana, what's your food rating for these set of pages?
You know, when you go to the store, you're like, damn, these raspberries look dope.
Whole Foods.
Yeah. And you're buying the raspberries because they look fucking fire.
But you're like, well, a little expensive.
A little expensive.
Yeah,
but you're
but they're like,
beautiful.
I'm going to bite the shit out of
fucking shit. Like, you know what?
Pop it in my mouth.
I believe in investing in me a little bit.
Me too. Give me that organic goodness.
So you bring that shit home.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, these are going to be so good with breakfast tomorrow. And then tomorrow you open them and they're all rotten.
That's so Whole Foods.
I know. But that's so raspberries.
So incredibly raspberry.
So you're like looking at them before you open the box and you're like, this shit looks so dope. Then you open it and you're like, oh, they're kind of weirdly stuck together. And then you notice a little bit of the fuzzy fuzz and they're a little like smushy smush. And you're like, these are not edible anymore.
You can salvage some.
You salvage some, but it's not like pretty like raspberries anymore. Yeah. You're just getting the little like goopy goops.
Yeah.
And you're like, this shit is great, but like we're dealing with some landmines in between.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about this book.
Okay.
It's delicious. But we've got bombs we're working around, and I don't know where they are yet.
Yeah.
I know that on the outside, it looks incredible. But on the inside, there are white little fuzzies in places I can't see yet.
Yeah. And the next day, whoa, work around that mold.
And eventually, you can't work around it anymore.
No, you just got to throw it out.
You just have to say goodbye.
Poison your
But
body.
there's usually still a lot left in the little box.
Yeah, and it sucks because
it's really upsetting.
Spent like $5 on those.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's the life you lead with raspberries.
It's high risk life.
It really
high
is.
risk, high reward. High risk, low reward.
Anyway, what's your food rating?
Okay.
Also, this raspberry experience happened to me just this week, which is why I'm thinking about it.
I was also thinking about berries, oddly.
Okay.
But more in the sense of like a warm, toasted peanut butter and jelly. But where the jelly, it's like spicy jelly.
Oh.
So when you bite into it, first of all, peanut butter and jelly is typically like not hot or toasty.
Correct.
No, but when you toast
making a panini out of this?
Have you ever had a warm peanut butter and jelly? Oh my God, I'll make you one. It's a whole new experience. This is my whole point. A lot of people don't even eat this. You try it, and then you get a little bit of spice in the jam. And it's that little bit of surprise, and it's that little bit of a kick, but it's also fucking delicious and goopy. My mouth is watering.
Yeah, I can see that. Swallow, girl. Yeah, get it.
That's what these pages are. A little bit of spice. Oh my God, I forgot to say the part that I wanted to.
Say it.
Okay, this is like, has nothing to do with any importance.
Is that about me?
No.
Oh.
But when sexy Sergeant Carter and Birdy are having their sexy time, he says, this is a quote, "His tongue is inside my mouth and his hand is inside my knickers." Okay, when I read knickers, I was like, oh, Like, wait. Can you imagine if I was talking to you about like an experience I had and I was like, Yana, this man was in my knicker. Who says that?
I'm just imagining
he was in my knickers, Yana.
I'm just imagining like being in the hot and heavy moment, being like, take off your knickers.
Right? It's like, it's such a, I was like, that killed the vibe.
People say that.
Me.
Like the British would be like, take off your knickers.
But like in a sexy way?
I don't know. I've never been sexy British.
Like, oh, he was in my knickers.
Edward,
like,
take off
they took off my knickers. Like,
I want everyone to know Claire's doing this with her eyes closed. Like, she's really getting into it.
I don't know, guys. Listen, if you say knickers in a sexy sense, I need to know. And just give me a sentence where it works, because I laughed respectfully. Anyway, that's my food reading, because there's spice, there's gushy.
There is gushy.
There's some deliciousness.
I think gushy is more on Carter's part.
I think Birdy liked it too.
Yeah, not as much as he did.
Gushy in the waterfall where Eden's tumbling.
Right.
She's tumbling.
She is tumbling.
She be tumbling.
Some biles down that.
But also, it was just delicious and delectable and crunchy.
Are you reading anything?
Of course, Yanita.
Tell me about what smut you're reading now.
Okay. First off, I'm on Brimstone, which is the second in the Quicksilver series. I'm obsessed with Kingfisher. Listen, if you're obsessed with him, just email me.
To each their own.
One day you'll understand when I make you read one of these books.
No.
I'm also almost done with Slewfoot. It's actually gotten a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It's a lot of bewitchery and demons and stuff and cursing men, which I personally enjoy. And then this book. What about you? My love, my darling, my pave. My incredible pave.
I'm about a third into Yesteryear.
Did you see that Anne Hathaway bought the rights to the production?
Yep.
Yes.
So far, I'm super into it.
Okay, good.
Every page is a turner for me, and I get really excited, and I hate putting it down. Anyway. Hey, I have something to talk about.
Okay.
I got some negative feedback that I would like to address here.
Okay.
I'd like to talk about some negative feedback I received regarding how I don't typically read the epilogue. And I would just like to say to...
Fuck you?
Yeah, the people I thought were my friends.
Because this is because of sociopath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I will read the epilogue if I find the book interesting. If you really wanted me to read it, you need to put it as a chapter in the book.
That's why you're upset with sociopath.
Exactly.
It makes a lot more sense.
Thank you. And to the two of you that have reached out to me, I need you to know that I'm going to stick to doing things the way I do them. And if you don't like it,
take it up with Patrick Gagney.
Exactly. But also, please still love me because I'm scared. I still love you. Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
L'chaim and happy Easter.
So, friends, we're still working to grow the pod. And you're helping. Thank you.
But you're not helping enough.
But help more. Share us with your friends.
Share us with your enemies.
Your family.
Your neighbors.
Your coworkers.
Your alumni roommates from college.
People you don't like.
People you love.
Because we're likable, but we're also really annoying sometimes.
Absolutely. So you should definitely send some people you hate our way.
We're here to make you laugh,
We're here to make you cry.
And for you to be like, God.
If you feel like you can't take it out on your best friend, take it on us.
And as we've said before, if you want us to send a fuck you to anyone, you just let us know.
Your mom,
tell us the story, and then we'll do it.
You don't even have to provide that much detail. We're so happy to tell people to fuck off.
Yeah. So follow us on your favorite podcast streaming platform and tap that 5-star like. You've also died because your fiance was wounded in war.
Oh my God.
But then you came back to life and you were a bad bitch alert.
Oh my God.
With a ruby ring and no finger.
Oh my God. We just love to read, you guys. We love to read. We love you, even if you can't read.
We're here for you if you can't
And we
read.
have a reader calendar up on our socials that you should check out if you're trying to follow along. And if you're not trying to follow along, that's on you. But it's okay because we're going to summarize the whole shit for you.
Just follow the podcast so you don't have to read.
Yeah, reading's hard because you have to sound words out.
Time consuming. Michael said our podcast is Reading Rainbow.
Oh my my God.
Which I thought was really funny. Also, I'm not going to say who, but someone who listens to our podcast didn't know who Prince was, and I just wanted to personally say fuck you.
Fuck you.
Anyway, we just really love to read, and we hope you do too.
Please read.
That's why we started this podcast. We just want to read. We just want to talk about books and stories and talk some
the
shit.
written word.
So if nothing else, remember,
Keep on reading.